Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to get back on the AT2, try to get the top end built on it. We'll check the flatness on the head, we'll do the ring gap. We'll do whatever we have to do to get her built up, and then we'll be able to just about be done with it. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to run it or not. I don't have a carburetor, I don't have anything other than what I was brought, so I'm not sure what we'll be able to do. I might be able to check spark, hook a battery up to it and check spark, so we'll see. But anyhow, that won't be in this one. If I do, we're going to concentrate on the top end on this video. So let's get to it. Okay, let's check the flatness on her head here. Just put some magic marker on it so we have some contrast. And got some 400 grit, wet and dry, and we'll use a little soap and water on it. And we're just going to let the weight of the head kind of do some figure eights here. And it looks pretty consistent anyway. We'll just keep at it for a little bit. And while we're at it, we'll just go ahead and check the head or the cylinder also. They usually aren't much of a problem, but that's a good idea to check them. They're 50 years old. Well, maybe a little bit more to that one actually. Of course, here's the sleeve here, so that's going to be the first thing cleans up, and actually the most important part. Okay guys, we're going to get on the chamfering now. We've got a pretty good surface on everything. So we're just, like we always do, just kind of reach in here and okay, now I'm gonna, since I've got these ports chamfered, now I'm gonna take the ball hone and come in and go left and then right, just a few, 10 or less, and that will plateau hone the top, or the original hone, and it will also chamfer the sides of your ports. So just start with a little honing oil there. And go the other way. Good enough. And since we're over here, we can go ahead and just clean it up. And once we get the this off of it, the greasy stuff, then we'll go ahead and put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. And finish the clean. So now all our machine work should be done. Okay, getting this kind of mask off to give it a coat of paint. Just like that. Put a little plug in the hole there. You want to make sure to check that too, to make sure that it's open. Use a little engine enamel. This is black. It's kind of a shiny black. I use barbecue paint on a lot of stuff, but the cylinders I think need a little more gloss to them. All right, everything's pretty well cleaned up there. Okay guys, I think we're nice and dry here now. Oh, this feels really good in there. Yeah. Remember, if your ports feel sharp, they are. So do something about it. These are all good. I'm gonna get some ATF here and do a final clean. You can see some darkness coming out there yet, so that's what you want to do. Keep doing it until your rag comes out just white and red. And that's even after the ultrasonic cleaner. You know, ultrasonic cleaner does a good job, but it just doesn't get it all. All right, let me go through it one more time. Okay, we're good and clean here now. Be sure you check your oil port. Make sure it's clear all the way through. Okay, should be good. So let me get the engine over here and let's begin the build. Okay, we got our gasket on there. Looks like it's in good shape. So we'll go ahead and get our piston on. I think I'll go ahead and get the rings. Well, I need to check the ring gap first. Let me get to that. Okay, we're supposed to be 12 to 20. I'm getting 18, a good drag on an 18. So that's good on that one. And let's see here about the top one. It seems like it's a little bit more. Yeah, 19. Talking thousands here, guys. Okay, so our ring gaps are good. I've got this clip in already. That'll be the other side, so I'll be doing all my work from the left side of the engine. Okay, just give our little bit of oil down the holes there, and a little extra here. We put this together with assembly lube, so it should be good. Give that kind of a wipe out. Okay. I actually think I want to get the ring on before I put the piston in. Just makes it a little easier. All right. Got our keystone ring, goes to the top. And that's got a little taper on the inside. This is the second ring here. Make sure it goes all the way in the groove. Squeeze it in there. All right, we've got to get our new bearing out here. I'm going to go ahead and stuff all this back in here until I'm done with my keeper. New bearing. Hang on, let me go take this and wash it real quick, and then we'll get her in there. All right, got that taken care of. Let's get a little assembly lube in there. And a little on the bearing. There it goes. All right. And let me get my other clip. All right, so that's in and seated. And I'm getting my grease on both sides of the gasket there. All right. I've got my rings at the proper gap here. Where your pins are. You've got them situated right. You just get a little oil on them so it gets up into the groove. And then we'll get some Yamaha lube in the cylinder also. There we go. Now I just want to kind of look over here just to make sure my gaskets. Oops, I really didn't want to pull it that far though. Yeah, everything's good. It's the last time you can look, so I just wanted to do it. All right, so we're down. Oh, that looks nice. Looks nice in there. Okay. Looks really good. So we'll just wipe this off. And we get our new gasket. I want to get a little bit of oil in these head bolts. Just a little. Washers on there. This head's all flat. Did have a ring come loose in it at some point, and I went through and I chased all the, both of the spark plug holes, just to make sure they were in good shape. And I think the best way to do this is get your head gasket on there and get a couple opposing nuts in it, like that. And that way, hopefully, you can keep the gasket in place. That's where we're at. So let me kind of get these started down and then we'll get into the torquing. Okay, we've got those run down and our torque is 180 to 216 inch-pounds. I'm going to start at 50, just kind of run them down, and then we'll torque at 50 and then probably 100. Okay, there's 100. And then we'll go on up to until we get to about 190. Okay, now we're up to 190. All right. There we go. Okay, there's our exhaust. I'm going to go ahead and get a new seal in and get our exhaust manifold on it. And again, just like a little bit of, actually I think I'll use some NICs on those. Gets hot there, so yeah, just a little NICs on them. I believe that spring thing goes up. That's how it's going. Seems right. And I'll get those tight. And our intake. Looks good there. So we got some new gaskets here. And again, I'm going to get some grease on it on both sides. Our reeds all look good. They're laying nice and flat. Okay, I'd get my other gasket prepped. And just a little oil on these. Everything lined up and it goes pretty easy after that. Okay. Okay, I had to order this new line and the little clamps and the washers. Actually, I had some washers, but I didn't want to use all the ones I had. So I got this in. I was able to get it in without taking the case off, and I'll go ahead and bleed it and hook it up here. I've still got to get a line in. I'm going to use the Tygon line. I kind of like being able to see through it for one thing, and it lasts forever. Let me measure up what I need and I'll cut her off. Okay, I got what I need here now, so I'll just go ahead and fish that down through there. There we go. I think I'll put a new clamp on that too. Okay, we got the new line in, our new washers, and we had a spring and a ball in there. So we've got our new washers there. So first thing I need to do is get some oil in the line and go ahead and purge it up to the cylinder. Let me get that done. I've got some oil in the line. I don't know whether I've got enough. Yeah, it looks like I do. Okay. So we're bled to the pump. I've still got oil up to here. Okay, so what we'll do now is go ahead and turn our wheel here. I'm going to pull this pulley wide open, and when I see oil coming out up there, I know I've got it up to the cylinder. Starting to pull it down from the tube here a little bit so we know it's pumping. There it is right there. Okay. All right. Should be good. Okay, should be done in there. It's all spiffied up. Okay, let's, I've got a plug in this line, and there's a clamp on it, so it should be okay. I'm just going to stick a paper towel in there, and I've got a couple carburetor bolts there for it. Okay, so this should be, I'll just kind of stick it there so it'll stay put, hopefully. And you had a couple plugs here. One of them looks pretty new, so we'll just go ahead and stick them in the cylinder for now. I've still got to time this thing. We've got a few few bolts here. It must be, I don't know what they're for. There's a spring for the exhaust. So let me grab some tools. Now I had a gasket and a phenolic washer or a phenolic spacer here too, so we'll just set them on there for him. They put a little grease on that gasket before he puts it in service. All right, and then the O-ring on the carburetor seals this side. Okay, we've got to set our points at 12 to 14, so we'll try to get it at 12. I've got it at the widest position right now. That's about it right there. Get it locked down. Just a little bit too tight. There. It works. Okay. Let's go around. Find our top dead center. Okay, it's right there. And I've got to block these open. Okay, we're at top dead center. Go back in the opposite direction. There's 1, 8. Okay, that's the way these things are. Let me mess with it a minute. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it right here. Yeah, close enough. Okay guys, there you have it. I think it's about ready. Just need to put this side cover on. I'm doing some testing to make sure I don't have a shorted armature. If I hook power up to that, I'm going to make sure I've got a fuse in line. But right now, I've just, we had the one bad wire, and I'm getting an indication that I don't like, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that. But as far as getting it ready, the engine's built up, the timing's set, that's all I've got to do. So I think we're in pretty good shape on that, and it's just gonna take me a little bit of time to isolate this and to see if I've got a problem. I just don't want a problem. I need to contact the owner and find out if he knew if this thing was running before he bought it. So thanks for going along on the ride, and we'll see you next video.